the story of black and white impermanence. Just like Niu Do Ma Din, in Chinese mythology there is often mention of the black and white servants of the underworld, tasked with going to Earth to capture and escort the souls of the dead to judgment. There is already Ox Do Ma Face to perform that task, so why is there still a need for impermanent black-white? Very simply because Niu Do Ma Face are two characters that come from Buddhist beliefs, while black-white impermanence comes from Chinese Taoism. In short, they do not exist in the same universe, so they are not afraid of anyone taking anyone's job. Again, black and white impermanence, one black and one white, is the fear of evil people. Hak Vu Thuong, as the name suggests, has a dark gray face, his whole body is dressed in a black robe and hat, in his hand is a card, separating good and evil. His headgear has the words, "Coming to arrest," written on it. Yu, holding an iron chain in his hand, is on a mission to hunt down evil spirits and eliminate harm from the human world. On the other hand, Bak Vu Thuong, his whole body is covered in white, he is tall and lanky, his tongue is hanging out, and on his hat is written the words, "You are also here." Bak Vu Thuong was carrying an umbrella and a feather fan. Besides his lolling tongue that looked very unsympathetic, in general he looked a bit more elegant than his colleague. Bak Vu Thuong's mission is to capture the souls of corrupt people and evil tyrants, and fight injustices in society. Regarding the origin of these two people, legend has it that when he was still alive on Earth, his name was Pham Vo Thuong. Save, Bak Vu Thuong's name is Ta Tat En. Both of them are sailors at Nha Mon, who play together very closely. On a business trip, the two of them encountered heavy rain in the middle of the road. Ta Tat En told Pham Vo Ku to wait at the foot of the bridge so he could run into a resident's house to borrow an umbrella. Who knew that the weather was unpredictable, with heavy rain and strong winds, rising river levels. Pham Vo Ku was afraid that his friends would not see him, so he decided not to leave the base, and was eventually swept away by floodwaters. Ta Tat En borrowed an umbrella and ran out, but he couldn't find his friend. He knew he was swept away by the flood. He was so sad that he hanged himself after his friend. When he hung himself, his tongue stuck out. That's why he always stuck it out. That's why the tongue is so long, and the hand always carries an umbrella. As for Pham Vo Ku, because he drowned and struggled so much, his face turned gray, sometimes black and sometimes red when he died, so he always had a black face and a hot temper, never forgiving a soul. What soul? The type of death without surrender. Speaking of which, after death, perhaps God sympathized with the friendship of these two and made them black and white impermanence, continuing to be a pair of friends who travel together in the underworld. From then on, Hak Bak Vu Thuong became a murderous couple, roaming around, patrolling places in the middle of the night. Insight into everything, both good and evil deeds were recorded to report later. This is a judgment. See, in the past, people were loyal to their friends, but for their friends they would stand and be carried away by the floodwaters. Thinking about it today, our friends are full of starfruit trees. If the water reaches their ankles, they will probably run first. Hee hee. Thank you for joining us for today's fairy tale. We hope these stories bring joy and meaning to your day. If you love our channel, please hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any exciting tales. Wishing you a good night and sweet dreams. See you in the next story.